everybody, welcome back to Ivy's Gaming Channel. We are playing our first run of Timberborn. We are on day 1, cycle 4, and we are looking to see what we need to do for our little beaver boys. I think when we left off, we had just ended the drought, so everything's coming back in. We will need to open these as soon as we start, and we're still waiting on this to be finished, so we are in a great position if bad tide ever comes in. The next place we need to look at, though, thinking about bad tide, we do need to unblock this and put some of these across wherever we want it to go. And the reason why we want to put some floodgates across here is because we don't want good water running off the map, but we do want to be able to encourage that bad water flowing off. So that's our next goal, as well as we'll see what we can do about getting some industrial over here. So that's where we are. We did move our city center, so our town center is right here now. It used to be right here. We're gonna also, while we're doing some work on the industrial section, we'll start looking into a way we can build these houses up. So there are some methods where you can stack these. It's kind of like modular housing at that point, but we don't have dynamite, so we're just gonna have to start from whatever ground areas that we have. So that's where we are. Let's get into it. All right. So first up, let's see. They're working on that. They're working on that. We do need. All right, I need to open these. Is that considered adjacent? Let me see. They both move. Oh yeah, that's wild. Those two are considered adjacent, so diagonal works. So if that's the case, then we really don't need to build that. Oh, that's funny. That's a way around that. So I don't know if you noticed that, but so the floodgates will only work if there's adjacent floodgates. If we put this here, and if we tell it to make it the lowest priority and potentially pause it, watch this. So even though there's not actually a floodgate built, they are moving up and down together. So we're just gonna keep that there and never build it because we don't need to even spend those resources. So I will take that little exploit. So we are into day 1. You know, little beaver boys are doing their jobs. We do still need to get this. We have 8 unemployed beavers. The problem is we're just like really starved for things that we need to build stuff. It looks like logs is a big issue for us. We do have these trees finally starting to grow in. The pines are doing well. We're at like 60% for these chestnut trees, 40% for the maples. So we are starting a little bit of a farm, but we're just not there yet. Alright, so while they're doing that, let's start planning out what we need for this. We definitely need trees and stuff and some lumberjacks. So now that we have this actually built and we can get across here, it probably would be a good idea to just utilize these trees, especially with so many people, so many beavers out of work. We're going to put that in. And we're going to make that a high priority. And that's going to put 1 beaver to work. They are working on these, so that's going to put another beaver to work. I'm trying to think. Let's take a look at our prioritizations. So that's a high priority. That gets us into more trees. So like you can see, we are trying to get around to different spots for logging. And maybe it makes sense to take these on because we are in this area and we are ready. So let's see. These two guys are not working because there's nothing in range. Those are in range. I don't know why they're not. It's because they're 20 out of 20 logs. So we kind of do need a log pile. Maybe we'll just put one in here. So we'll do a... Let's see. That only holds 20. That holds 180. So let's just put a log pile here for now. And we can always move and adjust it later. And then that'll get those little beaver boys working. We'll put in a couple more lumberjack flags up here. There and there. So those will get going. Let's check to see if we have these marked for cutting. Yes, we do. So we get this built and we tell it, put in all the wood you can. Now we'll start seeing some movement on that. Alright, so they're working their way across there. Oh, we do have these steps. So we can put this as a high priority as well. And we're down to 4 beavers that need jobs. Okay. Oh, we got some flooding going on. Let's see if that takes care of itself. I'm assuming it's just like because there's a double backup. Everything was flowing so fast through here once it started making its way. And then we still have these. Oh, do we have anybody working here? Yes, we do. We're going to make that just a little bit of... no, we won't. Alright, so now we'll start seeing some logs coming in. What I'm going to do is put in a small pile here, just so he has a little bit of room. We're going to do 2 small piles. That takes up a couple of his logs. And then we actually took care of that. Medium warehouse done. We got the carrots and berries. Built an inventor. We've built a lodge. So we still need to build a water wheel, which is hopefully our goal. We'll see if we get to that today. Let's see. He's saying there's no path. So let's see why we don't have a path. Did we do something wrong here? Oh, they're still putting in that stairs. Okay. So once we get that path, so they built this from the bottom. They can reach up one square. Have that. These locks are open. Let's just make these all the way open. Just all the water that can flow can flow. So now that we're up here, well, autosave. Let's go ahead and put, let's see, do we want this to be a dam? Do we want any water flowing through here? I don't think we do. I don't think we want to waste any of that water right now. I think we'll just do a floodgate just across here, and we'll always have that open until we start getting bad tides. So let's start getting our way around here. We're still in the yellow, so that's good. I always think the best way is probably just stairs. Because that gives us... I'm trying to find the best angle for this. There we go. You know, we want to just put in a couple here. So if we put in these floodgates... Like, we can put in 1, 2. That saves on resources, and we can easily get to that. We won't make those a priority. We have 3 more beds available. We have 1 vacancy, no unemployed beavers. So we came into this with 6, and now we have everybody employed. And we're gonna pop that up, make that wood, pump this up, make this wood. Still have planks going. I just really want to make sure that we're safe. Oh, look at that. Now suddenly our wood is just going crazy. So we're gonna move these 2 once they're done, because there's nothing in range that they can do. But we'll wait till their workplace is emptied. So they have to get all these logs. They're gonna bring them over to here, and then we do have a hauling post. That's gonna help so much. I didn't forget that I did that. I just didn't realize that they were built. So we're gonna make this just a lower priority. But we also, as we get any beavers, we want this a lower priority than almost everything else. But if there is no other work to do, they're just gonna come all, and that's gonna help us so much. We're gonna get things moved around a lot faster now. You can see that also took away the not prioritized by hauling, but obtain goods from other warehouse. We can prioritize these by haulers. So things like this, if we prioritize that, these pumps will continue going. And now that I'm thinking about that, we have so much more water. We're gonna have some drought situations still coming up. I might want to do another storage. So we want that prioritized. I'm going to put another one here. We're gonna make that a high priority to be built. We're gonna put that on water, and like this one, we're gonna have it where it's set to obtain and it's prioritized by hauler. So we're gonna make sure we always have water near our housing. All right, where are we on this? Like, we're almost done with this. It looks like they are building it, so we're waiting on 1 more plank, which we have 13 in stock. So ours gonna bring that over. Builder's gonna build it. Let's check our builder situation. Yeah, we still have 2 builders. That's fine. Like, we're building some stuff, but we're not like crazy building things. I haven't quite gotten over to there yet. Again, lumberjack flag. So now this guy's going to work. What are these? Still logs in here. And I don't know where they're... Alright, so that one's good. We're going to destroy that one. That one still has 5 logs. We don't want to lose those resources. I don't know if deleting that gets rid of the resources or not. But that gives us an opportunity to put somebody somewhere else now that we have 5, which should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our vacancies are in the hauling post. And that's what we want. That means everything else is being addressed. And somebody grow up, so now we should have 4 vacancies in the hauling post. So you can see how that's working out really well. Which means everything else is being done. And I'm super excited about that. Our forester is going. We have somebody, chopping the trees down. So lumberjack going through here. We still should have a gatherer's flag here. So, these berries are coming in. That's good. Now that we're getting more wood coming in, I still want to do another tree farm. But I think that might end up being a good spot over here. We can just take all this space, do a tree farm, which is really close to industrial. We already do have a spot for metal here, and we have a spot for metal up here in the water. So I'm gonna have this one like supply and supply. So now what that means is haulers will, he's gonna keep putting this in, but haulers will come over here and take it out and put it somewhere else. You know, kind of like what we did with these berries. And I cannot believe it's day 6 already. They're not quite there. We do still have some things to build. Want that to be water. I don't know why I didn't prioritize. That one's prioritized, already set for water. Still haven't done the medical beds. Man, that flooded again. Maybe it makes sense to take this out now. Now that we have platforms and stuff, we could just go straight across here, and then take those out and recover that. So we want walking platforms. If we go straight across, that also helps us in the long run. Because you can see when we take this, like, yeah, it's red, but it's like an orangish red. So we don't have this curve here. So we don't really need that. I probably could have done something similar with those steps, but that's fine. We don't really need that. If anything, we could probably just get rid of those. Like, we may not need any of this right now. We can always build new paths later, but that's doing a lot of the work, holding stuff back. We don't really need anything else there. This is done too, so we can like open this up and make this big section too. So that's going to help. That'll make all this stuff green, which will really help when we turn that into the tree farm. So, all right. So now we see this lumberjack's getting ready. All right, so 2 things. Industrial and housing. Now that we have a lot more logs and we're starting to get those planks, this is really going to put us in a good position. So let's talk about what we want to do as far as industrial. We know we need a water wheel, and we know eventually we're going to try to make this be like the main spot. So the ideal spot for a water wheel, not a running wheel. So we can put 2 across right here and probably another 2. So we can have like 4 right here. That's going to be a lot of power. And they can't really get to that yet. That's fine. What we're going to do is we're going to demolish all of these. We don't need these bushes. So we're just going to take those out. We're going to make that a high priority because we really need to get this going. So then what we talk about is, what do we need? Do we want to go here, or do we want to just stay in this area for now? I think we could probably look at, let's see, wood. So we need a lumber mill, and we're going to need that gear factory. Luckily for us, we're doing really good on science for now. If we have power, is this powered? Yes. We can put one of these in place. Like, you get a lot more science. But once we get power, we're going to have to look at how much we have, because that's 200 horsepower. Alright. So let's start talking about our pathing. Like, does it make sense to go over here and work those? Does it make sense to go down? I think it won't necessarily hurt us to go straight across here, but we're also still waiting on these bushes to be dismantled. Right. Well, we'll see what happens. We do still need stairs just because they won't be able to reach these. So we're going to try to do the upstream first, and then we can do the downstream. But we still need so that's going to be priority. That's going to be priority. And these will be just lower priority until we get to them. Alright. So, now that that's in place, we can start talking about how we're getting these buildings in here. We need a lumber mill. Probably need 2 lumber mills. Definitely need a gear factory. We will need these at some point. It starts getting later game. Let's see what else we have. A grist mill would be good, but horsepower 60. I don't want that over here. We need that over with food, so we're gonna have to have like maybe 2 different areas set up for power, which makes me think windmills. Windmills would be really well. Would do really well. We need paper and gears, planks before we get to that, and this one just needs plank. 150 versus 300, so you know every 2 of these will give you the same as this. That's max. It still fluctuates. So let's start off with, let's see, the grist mill needed 200, I thought. So definitely 2 windmills. So let's go ahead and unlock those. And we may need these at some point too, so we'll unlock those high power shafts. All right. So up here we need a grist mill. I mean, we don't even have wheat going really. So yeah, I guess we don't need the grist mill. We're gonna need some cooking. The bakery. Yeah, let's get that one too. Now that we have 88 potatoes, so yeah, we're doing all right. Plans are in motion. We're getting there. If we can do any more paths through here. It looks like we still have some plants that have grown up. So we're gonna pull everything out of here. That's gonna be super high priority. And we're gonna put a path. See it. So there we go. More paths. Keep things from growing. Still doing well. No, no drought yet. So that's good. Don't need that. Still trying to decide, you know, we don't need to come around. We can destroy those from here. So just pull that in. I'm not too concerned about the pathing for this because we can pull that path back out after we're done. So now that these are in place, we can mark this for demolition. We'll take more water. Make sure that's not lower. All right, and just when they get to it, they get to it. Oh, we do have this finished. We can easily change our pathing to go here. And then we'll deconstruct those. So, you know, this will be another one of those things like whenever they get to it, they get to it. Cool. And then we can just pull that out. And then you can see we're just down to one more bush here. And then they can start building these. And then we can get power to these. Alright, so checking everything over here. Still looking good. I'm going to expand this path a little bit. Probably just going to bring it straight out here. And then let's talk about more wood. So we need a forester. Which makes the most sense. Pause for a second. Alright. We are going to... trying to think, like, will I need any of this land for, like, a path or anything? I don't think I will. So, I think I'm just going to put it somewhere in here. And then that gives us all that land. We can do bushes, whatever trees we want. Like this whole area will be just a large foresting spot. And then while we have this here, we can put this in and then we will deconstruct this road. I'm going to uproot all these bushes because we don't really need those. Trees, we'll just leave them for now. Like those are natural trees, but eventually they will be cut down. All right, so that's in place. This is ready. Put that path in. Just in case they want to go across there. I don't see a like super strong need for that. Okay, so the question now will be, do we want to pop this up? I think we're just gonna put this straight in, and any roads across here are just going to go over whatever we put into place. So we have our first water wheel, lumber mill, forester, pine trees. Yeah, we made it through the tutorial. So that's a plus. I don't really need the four-way there. I'll put a four-way in here. Here, I'll potentially put in just a three-way in case we need to go this way with the power wheels, water wheels, but this should be all right. So we just drag it right down to there, put in a corner, and voila, we have power. Now, for those, we can still get over this however we want. You know, with pathing, you can put these over everything if we need to. I don't know that we need to do that. We can just easily make the path go around like that. And then as we clean out some of this stuff, drought started, we can just straighten this path out. We do need to remove this one though, because I need stairs. Alright, we got 4.5 days of drought, so that water wheel is going to stop. That's why we need to start looking at also windmills. We do still have some stuff going on here, so planks will continue to be made, at least while we have that. I don't know that I needed it on 3-speed, so put it back down to 2. Although now it is nighttime. Let's see, what's this guy doing? How does he have so many logs there? Is it because this is full? It is full. Still trying to get... We may not need that path, but... You know. We have things that we're working on. So, while we're thinking about this, we can start thinking about aqua farming. And how that's going to work out, what that's going to look like. I think we could come right off here with a path. And let's see how far an aquatic farmhouse would reach out. You know, if it was down there, yeah, that would reach that whole area. That's pretty good. So we're gonna need some platforms. We could do like 4 platforms here. Maybe we'll put it right there. So go to platforms. 4 platforms. We will high prioritize those. And then that's where the aquatic farmhouse will go. I'm just thinking how I want to do this because you need both a path into it, but a path to the rest of the town. So I think maybe if we come off of this one, we need steps here. There we go. And then our path can just come straight down here, right to there. And in case we need it, since we're not using that area, then we can just path this as well. And what we're looking to do is, again, try to use the least amount of turns as possible for what we need. And I may even just lengthen that just a hair. There we go. And then we're just prioritizing all of this. too far from a district, so they can't work on that. That's too far from a district. Oh, there's no steps, so we'll prioritize that. Get that done too. Look at our beautiful trees coming in. Lumberjacks here are gonna be busy. We did finally build our medical beds. All right, so now we have that going. Let's make these all secondary priority. So they'll start getting to those. That's important. Oh, we did already get these done? That's amazing. So that means we can get these destroyed. And those are going to be a high priority as well. I know, we're talking about making everything high priority, but they're working on some things they don't need to work on. Like, our water's still really good. Once these are all done and we can go across there, we can get rid of all this garbage. They're going to start taking these out. We can start talking about planting trees, more trees. And then they're going to work on some of this stuff too. So we're in a good position. Now the next thing is housing. How do we want to do that housing? All right. So you can do them in some modular settings. I haven't paid enough attention to see like what the best way is, but I know you can do like 4 together. So we'll take a look at that. I also want to see these. That one was not marked for cutting. Ow. All right. I don't know if they can cut these or if that's even worth it, but tell them to, and then we'll see what happens. All right, so you can see like they have a job, but they can't do anything because our log piles are full. So we kind of need another log pile. We may just pop one up here. We'll put it there. And that'll be a high priority. Someone will come do that. All right, so what jobs do we not have? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, we've lost some haulers. We're going to need haulers eventually. But we're kind of stuck because all of our beavers are busy. Just kind of dumping some piles around since, you know, we don't have wood continuing to come in. They look like they need some stuff to do. They are working on this. They're working on that. So our high priority items are being taken care of. We're just in kind of a waiting mode, especially as it gets dark and they're heading to bed. Haven't gotten to those yet. Haven't gotten to these yet. Alright, so while they're doing that, and we're waiting for the next day and a half, we can start looking at what we need to do for our housing. Let's try some experimentation. So what I'm thinking about is trying to like figure out a good way of spreading them out like a square, almost like a circular pattern. I may just look up a streamer and see how they did it. That is all still marked for trees and cutting. They're not super busy on them because they don't have a place to store their stuff. We'll let that go for a minute. Yeah, you can see how things slow down a lot once you start not having enough haulers. And that's why the next stage is prepping for more expansion. You need more beavers, need more stuff, which means you need more beavers. So then you need more stuff. Getting this done. Get some planks in here, and then we can start talking about aquatic farming. Like, you can see, they don't have any place to go even with these potatoes and carrots. So we can prioritize this one to be potatoes. We can prioritize this one to be carrots. And then we're almost done with the drought. Which means we will be at the end of this episode. Talk about what we did today. So wait for the drought ended to go down. You know, I actually even forgot with the drought to close this, so that worked out well. We just have all that water up here, but because it's not leaking out, like, we were so set for water. Was not a concern at all. We have our industrial area that's ready. We have some power going in place. We're prepping for aquatic farming. This is ready to demolish so we can get some more water in here. We're going to expand our tree farm next time. We're prepped for that, and we are ready for any bad tides that come in. We can just shunt all that off the map. So we are in a really, really good position. I hope you are enjoying this playthrough. I'm enjoying playing this game. It's really been a lot of fun, and I love the organization and the management of it. So if you like what you see, please like and subscribe, and leave a comment. Thanks.